Hello, 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 chat. How are we? Hello, chat. How are we doing tonight? Nice to be here. Good to see you guys. I see Star and Jack of all games, and that's all I see who are definitely here. Oh, hello, hello. Welcome in. I'm glad to have you guys here. So, tonight we're doing the Stanley Parable, which is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming in and joining. I've got to check the audio and all that stuff. So, got it. Hang on, one sec. Oh, thank you, Star, for adding the. It's completely fine, Star. I appreciate that you pinged everyone. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Uh, how do I find my YouTube channel? Here we go. Hello, Nelly. Welcome in. I feel like I could be louder. Let me make sure everything. Of course, you're useful. Hello, Silver. Welcome in. Okay, the audio sounds a lot better now. Hello, hello, Neon Nerd. Hello, Luigi 007. And I'm glad to have you guys here. Yeah, this game is a lot of fun. I've played it a little bit before, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Hello, Jem. Welcome in. Hello, MJ. So we're gonna be playing the Stanley Parable. Most of my streams have usually been, pretty, kid friendly. But just so you know, there's cursing in this game, so I don't really mind it, which is why I like playing the game. But just in case, you're wondering or anything. So I think it would be. Yes, you have a beef with a bot. Deal with it. Yeah. Arcane is a pain in the butt. Yeah. Hello, NPC. Welcome in. I'm going to make a quick poll. Da. In fact, the creator of this game is a brother of famous YouTuber and streamer Doug Doug. I have no clue who Doug Doug is, but that's a really cool fun fact. Alright, we're starting this little poll. We're gonna have fun with this. Alright, so I think we should. The Wi-Fi here sucks. Hello, Jerry. Is that how you're going to introduce yourself every time you come in here? So, I'm going to. Let's start playing the game and I'll check. Oh my god, Jerry. Yeah. Let me, My mouse is on the fritz, so I changed my thing. So I only came here to hear the word persona in a non-persona game. Hello, MK96. Good to see you. I just realized I should probably have chat up on my phone so I can actually see you guys. I've never... I don't know what persona is, so, I should have captions on. I'll double check that. So let's begin the game. One thing I really like is how, like, on this screen, you can see, like, the begin the game settings, and you can see it, like, on this computer over here. Which is, I think, is something really cool. Let me double check the settings. Sensitivity, let's turn it up just a tad. Subtitles look good. Yeah, subtitles are on. Alright. Don't want to reset the save data. There we go. Everything looks pretty good. Doug Doug Chat is basically like crying shout with 5,000 people. Oh dear, that sounds funny. No, I don't know what persona is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room
Room
427
427,
and
and he
pushed
pushed
buttons
buttons on a keyboard.
Orders came
Orders
to
came
him
to him through a monitor on his desk,
telling him what buttons to push, how
how
long
long
to
to
push
push them,
and
and
in
what order.
This is what employee 427 did every day,
Yeah,
of
me
every
either.
month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul,
Serious room? What are
Stanley
you talking about?
relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this
Bucky?
purpose.
Oh yeah, Bucky the bucket.
And Stanley was happy.
Awkward. Oi.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change
Welcome in, Ray.
Stanley.
Glad to have you here.
Something he would never quite forget.
Hi, Scythets. Glad to
He
have
had
you
been
here.
at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that
And
not
we have the
one
bucket in this version of the
single
game.
order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
No,
No one had
Jerry.
showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say
Say,
hi.
hi.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
We're gonna have Claire's art on screen so you guys have something else to look at, I think. Okay, there you go. If you don't know, Claire is a very talented Okay, I think that... Actually, I think I might have set the sensitivity too high for me. Okay, back. Let's resume. This is better.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Uh, Star or Silver, could one of you guys grab the link to my Discord and put it in the chat so I can pin it, please?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So which way are we going? Let me check the poll. Okay, so we're just ignoring the narrator. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Star. Replace pin message. There we go. Alright. Yeah. So we're ignoring the narrator. Alright. Starting off the stream by taking him off. Sounds good. There we go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yep.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all
That's fine,
in.
Star. Thank you. Doing the wrong thing.
But eager to get back to business,
Alright.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, hang on. Let's do another poll for at least the first time. Start a poll. Oh. I probably need to end this poll first before I start a new one. Might be a good idea. Start a poll. Which... Okay, keyboard smash. I don't care. Need, or we can go... Or on left. Okay. Alright, let's see. Alright. You guys have a few minutes. You said keyboard smash, so here's one. Yeah, I just named the poll keyboard smash. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Beautiful name, yeah. Yeah, it's a definitely very... Alright, I'm going to... I think we've got every... Disobeying is fun. But... Y'all, my chat is not made of rule followers. It's a really close thing. Let's see. I auditioned judge. Beautiful. Alright, door on left it is. We're gonna end that poll. And I think we're going to, okay, so, alright. I'm going to look at chat and have you guys tell me because I don't really need a poll with how small my chat is. Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Alright, where are we going? Are we going through the door or are we going down the elevator? Which one? Which one, guys? Elevator? Let's do the elevator, okay. Hi, Katie! Welcome in! How are ya? Glad to have you
But
here.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Alright, left it is.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Glad you're doing well, Katie.
No,
Hello, Danny.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
Katie
What
Allen sounds
was
very
I
silent. Says hi.
thinking? It's
Good
clearly...
to know.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Can you make up your mind, narrator?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay.
I have not watched Murder Drones at all.
Now. This story is
NPC.
absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Uh-oh.
Stanley, close your eyes. Okay,
Close your eyes, chat.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And
Alright,
this time,
sounds good.
Suppose we don't wander so far off track.
I've not played,
Okay, from the top.
Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, you can open your eyes now. Yesn't. This is my first time playing it on stream, but I've played a little bit of it on my own and seen a stream
Stanley
before.
decided to go to the
But welcome
meeting
in,
room.
email
Perhaps he had
virus.
simply missed a memo.
Alright. So, we going to the left or right?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I didn't touch
Did
a
you
thing.
move
You're the
the
one
story
who's in
somewhere,
control, narrator.
Hold on.
Figure it
Why
out.
am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Exactly! Why are you
It was
even
right
asking
here
me?
just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
Aren't you the one
It's
in
an
control,
adventure.
narrator?
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Alright, which door are we going through? Welcome in, Bucket. Stop by the boss's office and steal his hooch. I don't think they have that in this game. Alright, which one do we go through? Kathy Allen says that she misses you. Yeah, I miss her too. Seeing her too. Really great chat. Okay, we're gonna go through here. The door. Ah,
I'll say it.
very helpful.
This is
Thank
the
you.
worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Alright. Restarting again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stop and read the private personnel files. That would be funny.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Uh-oh.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we
Alright.
go back the other direction and see if
That
we
would
missed
make me so
anything?
mad to have to restart. Well, this is actually just like one specific ending. R.I.P. Doors. Yeah. I can't wait to play that with you guys
Aha!
at some point.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story.
Fine.
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Let's see. Alright.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah?
Do you remember,
pretty sure.
Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I won, guys! I won! Woohoo!
I know you put in a lot of hard work.
I
and
really
it
did.
really
Thanks
paid
for
off. So,
noticing.
good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that
I
win.
put in work.
Some people win fair and
Hey.
square, and this was not one of those situations.
It's your fault.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Why are we restarting again? The end is never the end. It's never the end.
All right, I've got a solution. This
All right.
time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow
Trademarked.
the line. How simple is that?
She really worked. She held the W key. Again, dude. No winning. Yeah. You're stealing my wins from me. No fair.
No, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Killjoy. Fine. We'll follow the little line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Yep.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I hope I don't get copyrighted for this, so I'm kind of talking over this. Life's a journey, not a destination. Yeah. I have no clue if I'm going to get copyrighted for this, so hopefully. Oh, you gotta go? Bye, Katie. See ya. Crap, I'm getting mixed up where I'm supposed to go.
Wait, cut the music. Go
Right,
back
thank
and
goodness.
look at that fern.
Bye, Katie. I'll see you later.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the
I've
story.
been trying.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to yell over it. I hope I succeeded. Stay determined.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story is... Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this?
And that's
to us?
copyright
And
talk.
after we
I got
trusted
damn it.
you,
It works.
After everything we've been
Okay.
through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Alright, we're restarting again. Woohoo. Alright, we're following the line.
Stanley, I say forget the adventure line.
Why
What's
do you
it
keep
ever
shutting
done for
doors
us?
on me? Can
We're
you just
intelligent people, right?
talk to me?
Why can't we make up our own story?
For the love of...
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Fine, whatever you want.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
I like
No
the
lines
line,
or
though.
monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, bye-bye line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our
Screw
control.
the line, TM.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So
But basically,
starting
it's
from
pointless.
the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're
Depends.
going?
Will you
And
open
since
the
the
door?
answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
I
Our
want to.
destiny awaits.
I know you're on.
Oh, hold up. What's this?
Confusion ending.
The
I'm
confusion
terrible at
ending.
walking in circles,
You're
I know.
telling me that's what this is?
Deviate
all
from
one
maintenance room,
giant
end up
ending?
in monitor
And we're
room,
supposed to
theater,
restart the
starts
game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all
Nonsense philosophy.
determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No,
Circle is
it
quite
can't be.
pointless. Very
I
true.
don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yep.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Yeah, that ending ended.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort.
Thought you
for
were
a
muted for a
little
sec.
cause.
Sorry.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Game's only for achievements. I'm doing this because it's funny.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Alright. Let's find door 417. 13, 14, 15.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Alright. Alright, pal, whatever you say.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door
Return
415.
versus
Let's give
Stanley
it 10
Studio.
clicks or so.
415. Alright, pal, whatever you say. I've never played A Hat in Time. I've heard good things about it, though.
Now, back to door number 437.
Welcome in, legend. Back to 437? Okay.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
It's a good game? Oh, crap.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again. Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow.
The narrator
That
is
felt
losing his
amazing.
mind, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was
Yay,
worth
we
5
did
little
it!
clicks.
Woohoo!
Really now? What were you thinking?
Alright. Real quick. We are going to do another poll. How are we liking? Okay. That's so fun, yeah. uh, okay, we're starting the poll. Pappy, where's Bucky? We haven't gotten him yet. It's amazing what a lad does for you. Huh. Alright, which door are we going through? Oh, I love pools. Doing right here for pools. Keyboard spam. What was I supposed to name it? Let's see. Ooh, it's 50-50. Yeah. Yeah, keyword slash malfunction. Ooh, it's 50-50. We need someone to. We need someone. We need someone to chat. Ooh, okay. We're gonna end that here because we just. When Stanley came to a set of doors, he. I'm not good at reading keyword smashes. Kathy, you're too indecisive. Hey, I'm trying to let you guys decide. All right. We're going to end the poll with 11 votes, and we're going to go to the right again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Or
This
not.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room.
Do they have baking soda?
Gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We going straight or to the left? Whichever one I see first in chat, I'll go. Through the door or eh, or straight. Okay, go straight. All right, Nelly. Sounds good to me.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All right. So, do we ride the lift, do we jump off, or do we jump onto that little catwalk up there? Your guys, this is a good time, a very good time for a poll, you know? So, bleh. Jump. No, I have not. MK96, sorry. Jump, ride, or cat walk. Alright. Starting the poll. Here we go. Here we go. Jump, ride, catwalk. Your guys' choice. Dear. Oh gosh. I love how I instantly start the poll and like 70% of people just immediately say jump. It's time to jump. It's time to just jump off. Oy. Alright, let's see. Excited for dance stream tomorrow? Yeah, I hope I'll be able to go. It'll be fun. Come on, do your little dance on the catwalk. Jerry. I think we've got. Come on, guys, vote. Actually, you know what? It's so like separated that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow's Ricky's birthday, Star. No, it's no surprise that he decided to promote his stream today.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one
You're
gets
right,
to tell him
Jump is
what to
winning.
do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to
It's
his
Ricky's
death.
birthday,
Good
so
job,
you know.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
There you go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, we
Stanley
jump.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You're not dumb. You just didn't think. You just didn't realize. All right. Left or right, whichever one I see first in chat goes. So left or right this time. Left. All right, sounds
When
good.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There we go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We're gonna just crawl under the. Jerry, are you okay? Daniel could probably tell you what kind of font that is. I cannot. Also, if you're being a dance shirt, yeah, that was super cool. Definitely deserved. Ooh. Or some liquor.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, I like this. I like being in here. It's a nice little room, see? Don't you guys think it's pretty cool?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Still
No
pretty
reason to
nice.
still be here.
Yeah. Really nice. This is like a super duper
It
nice
was baffling
broom
that
closet.
Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
Swim
At
in the
least if there
mop
was something
bucket.
to interact with, he'd be
Sorry.
justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
But this is nice. I like this place. I like it. It's nice.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yep.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Ah, there. You closed the door. Yeah. Sure, you're back.
You do
Welcome back.
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Yeah?
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of
Why can
absolutely
you open
no
it?
significance
it.
to the story whatsoever. I never
like
would
it.
have thought to mention it.
It's nice. I like it. It's pretty cool. I love it.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching
Yep.
path.
That's exactly
Maybe
right.
when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Hope your friends find this turning.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Ah,
He probably only got
thanks.
the
You
job
guys
because
are
of a
so
family
nice.
connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh, you're a wonderful narrator.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Yep, I'm
We
dead.
got to
I
this
died.
broom closet, explored it a bit, and we're just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical melody of some sort shut down your central nervous system.
Yep, that's
and
exactly
you
what
collapsed on
happened.
the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Yeah, he does.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby?
Welcome
The
in
person
Rumble
at
Pack
this
News.
computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
I like
It's
the narrator.
indicative of the
It's funny.
long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright, well, I'm apparently dead, so we're going to go get someone else to take over. Let me get someone else. What am I supposed to do? I don't understand. Huh? Alright. I guess leave the closet?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Huh?
I guarantee
What's this?
you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Hey, that's my friend! Huh. I wonder what they were doing
You
in
too?
here.
Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the
Alright.
story again.
Oh, you're mean. I can't believe you'd say that to me. That's so rude of you. There's no more dialogue, so yeah, Kathy's back. Sorry, straight savage. Alright, up
Coming
or
to a
down?
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
Be
to
nice
his
to the new
boss's office.
person. Up or down? Up or down? First one I see in chat, I do. Up or down? Down? Alright. Alright. Down. Down it is.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all?
You have
None
a
of it
broom
made
closet.
any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
Oh, that copy pasta were doing that one.
Gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought
Crazy?
to himself,
I was crazy
I'll
once.
wake up soon.
They locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats.
Real-life job
Rats
pushing
make you
buttons.
crazy.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
DMGC
everything that
is
I'm doing
going.
and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
I'm trying to remember which one that is.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to
I
all
leave the iron
in
on.
their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
Welcome
this
in,
was not a
Crystal.
dream. How could it be?
Oh, the
Was
ADHD.
Stanley simply deceiving himself?
Okay.
Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he
How are we
closed his eyes
doing
gently,
tonight?
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
You're like crazy arc, yeah. He lost it.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up
Oh yeah,
on a
this
day
is
like
that
any
ending.
other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And although she would soon turn to
It
go
is
call
sad.
for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment
Yeah,
that she stood there,
I'm not sane.
staring
I know.
down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, left or right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left or right? Left. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Aww. Narrator doesn't like the broom concert like I do. That makes me sad.
Coming
Okay,
to a
we're going up.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Like I heard 411 maybe information there. You can't open any of the doors. Bye, MK96. I think this song is copyrighted, I just realized. Dang it. Yep, I'm having fun. Here we
Staring
are.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Let's see, what is the number? I know it's 2845, but yeah, let's do...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I know, Crystal, I know.
2845. But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door
Didn't
just
know you
opened
could do
all by
this.
itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I love how you can just like make the narrator so done with life.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Pull again. Alright, starting the pull. Escape or mind control? Yeah. Ooh, it's 50-50. Dieselburn picked your vote for you. Oh, so he's watching with you? Mm. You need one more person to vote, because it's literally tied at 50-50. Okay. Mm. Mm-mm. Ooh. 50-50. Okay, it's a 40-60 split. I know what we're doing. Mind control facility it is.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, chat choose for me, so if you want to blame someone, blame chat.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Look, we found 427. Oh, someone got fired.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been
Escape seems more
manipulated
fun.
to accept it blindly?
Maybe. But this is
No.
your choice, chat.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
I'm
own
to
life
interpret
in someone
a triple
else's
theorist
control.
account on my phone gives
Never.
me a tiebreaker.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright, chat. Are we... Okay, chat. Are we power hungry or no? Power hungry, yes or no? Hello, Yippee Evie. Are we power hungry, yes, no? Choose... Okay, I'm gonna create a poll, just because... Yes, we're power hungry. Okay. Let's wrong. Alright, I'm just gonna start a poll. Yes. No. Alright. It's the right option this time. No keyboard saying, yeah, I didn't realize you didn't have to put a question in. So, are we power... So, we're power hungry? I'm guessing we're power hungry. Because that's a question. Are we power hungry? Alrighty then. Chat is power hungry.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yep.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Thanks, chat.
How long
You
until
guys did a
detonation
great
then?
job.
Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply
Sorry
let
about
you
the
sit there in your
coworkers.
office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that,
I know I'm
Stanley?
gonna die.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
There we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of
Okay,
two
left
open
or right?
doors, he entered the door on his left.
You guys get to choose. Right? Alright.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Found a little thing
Perhaps he
insane
wanted
there?
to
Yeah.
stop by the
Accurate.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Alright, I'm hopping.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deep? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, jump or catwalk or ride. Catwalk or ride, whichever one I see first is the one I'm doing. I see ride first.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Remember the fern? Yeah.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her,
Do
Stanley. You need to
do
be
we
the
answer
one
the
to
phone?
do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Alright, Finn. Wait, unplug the phone? Huh?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I didn't
I'm
know
just
you could
pulling the
unplug
bread
the
out of the
phone.
oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
I unplugged it? Oh, you can?
Gotcha.
I didn't
Oh,
realize.
come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Alright,
Who want to commit
next
their
time
life
I'll
to
do this
you?
again.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Next time I'll unplug it.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Oh,
One might even feel
cool.
sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
What happens if I don't press G? I'm pressing C, it's doing nothing.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh, hello, Curvison. Welcome in.
And so he began to fantasize about
Funny
his
seeing
own
you
job.
here.
First, he imagined
For
that
unknown,
one
like
day
silver
while at work,
unknown.
he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Look, Kimberly.
And
Yeah,
I'm
he
trying
does
to
seem
tell
to
him
be.
this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Can I just not push the button now?
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Watching 2 streams at once?
I suppose I can't.
Who's the other stream you're watching?
But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Derpy streaming? Oh, cool.
Perhaps. Well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Waiting for a
I
cryo
tried
stream.
again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Yeah, I do want to see another cryo stream. It's been a minute. It's always fun over there. Cryo's the first person I've ever rated. Alright. Alright, let's go try to unplug the phone.
All
You
of his
guys have me
co-workers were
curious
gone.
now.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I think Happy's lost it, guys. Jack, you're assuming
Stanley,
Oh,
I think
shoot!
that
Ah!
his eagerness to prove that he is in control of
I
the
didn't mean
story
to, I
and
didn't
no
mean
one gets
to.
to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Oh, no,
Everyone
no.
thinks you are very powerful.
I didn't mean to do that. Ah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly deep. But eager to get back to business,
Yeah.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley,
There you go.
I think perhaps we've gotten off
So
on
he's
the
busy
wrong
with
foot
college,
here.
didn't he? Yeah.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
Your stream
I'm
is
asking
lagging,
for
sorry.
her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible.
Welcome back, Nugget
Let
Dude.
me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
That did.
Not picking up the phone
Sometimes it
is
does.
actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why
Busy
you've been
fighting
able
for
to make
Brain
correct
Soda.
and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh, crap.
Choice. It's the best part of being
This
a
is new
real
to me.
person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Gee.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
This presentation is the literal opposite of Kathy.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Huh.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which door do I go to? Left or right? Which way is the right way? Left, right? I don't know. Tell me. Left, you'll ruin it. Alright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, it's locked. I can't go into the broom closet. No! So he's taken away all
Coming to a
choices
staircase,
from me.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week.
By a
Night Shark
pony.
115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Hello? I don't know what the code is.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Look, I'm trying,
sorry,
pal.
Is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
No, I'm trying.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 155.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
I
asked you
am
for this
speaking
one
it clearly.
single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, okay. So we go to the right, I'm guessing, now?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Oh.
I have to. thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh,
Yeah, I can be.
my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Aww.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
I'm no longer controlling him.
Do something. Anything.
Aw.
This is more important than you can ever know.
Poor guy.
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Poor narrator.
Okay, I can wait.
Oh.
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh. Sad. Crystal, why did you make me do that?
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Let's try to get all the endings before we go into the new content. Can you jump out a window? No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Left or
he
right,
entered the
guys?
door on his left.
Left or right? Negative right. There's another ending?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Alright, I'll
and
try.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
The
Perhaps
intended.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please.
What? Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
He has lots of
Stanley
consideration
walked
for
through
others.
the red door.
Hello, Bumble. Welcome in. Okay, red or blue? Red or blue? Blue for Rudy. Alright. Purple. What door did he tell us to go into? Blue for cryo. Alright, fine.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay. Blue or red? Blue again? Alright. We
I
hate
still don't
red.
think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, look, there's a blue door. Let's go through that.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Hmm. This is you. You are ranked 9,328 out of 9,328. Your friends list was empty. A dead rat is objectively ranked better than you. Boy.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours
Click the
of
button
play
for an
to
hour and
make
you
sure
get
it's
an
effective?
achievement.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I know. Let the paper burn. Jeez. It's gonna be the entire stream. I love babies too. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yeah! What is wrong with you? Okay. I hate how the only way to get out of this game is to let the baby walk into the fire. Kathy, please use your membership milestones for just for saying that. Say what? I'm sorry.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Are you to
It's
come over and
over.
help you? No.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
On stream
hey,
yesterday,
since my game was
Jackson
so
named the
awful,
baby.
why don't we play someone
Really?
else's game?
Oh,
This
yeah?
is the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Unsubscribe. Please don't unsubscribe.
Aha, fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything
Kathy,
about
you
this
still have your
game,
nut milestone?
Stanley. And it seems there's even more.
My membership
Come,
just renewed
let's
like
venture outward
yesterday.
and see what else is out there.
Or actually today. I have no clue what this game is supposed to be. That would be, I do need to have something for my members milestone chat, so that would be kind of funny to say. Hi Dano, how are you? Yesterday on stream I was playing Stanley Parable and Jack told me to name the Billy, the baby Billy.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Hey!
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here.
Okay,
Now
can you guys hear
this
me?
is game des- Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Can you guys hear me? Yes, no?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no
Okay,
racetrack.
alright.
Okay, I'm seeing that
Good.
there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what
Oh,
fun.
I'm much
We shall
louder.
run
I'm
the bases
sorry.
and do a
I'm
touchdown
sorry.
together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Is this better? Alright, hang on, let me check my stream. What happened was the battery on my headphones ran out, which is what I use for my microphone and to hear, so I had to plug them in with an aux cord, and I'm trying to... Let's see. Is this better? Alright, hang on, let me check my stream. What happened was the battery on my headphones ran out, which is what I use for my microphone and to hear, so is this better? I'm trying to figure... I'm trying to... Let's see. I don't know. Alright, hang on, let me check my stream. What happened was, the... Oh, sorry. Ah, Fuddruckers. Am I loud? Am I too loud? Alright, hello? Am I loud? Am I too loud? Look at it compared to the narrator. Alright, well, I've... Hello? Am I too loud? Alright, hang on, let me see. He sounds fine to me. Yeah, okay, good. There's an echo? Oh, yeah. Alright.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is
Alright,
it
how
bigger
am
than
I
my
compared to the
miserable little
narrator?
story that I worked
I'm
so hard
trying
on?
to.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Hold on. What are you
Oh,
doing?
hang on. Oh. He's slightly too quiet.
I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Huh. Alright. Let me check the settings on here as well. Let's see. Audio. Yeah. Oh, everything's up. Whoa. Okay. Huh. This is strange. Let's hope never give Kathy shy ideas because they will be used against you. Kathy, please don't tell Dano I said to me, name it Billy. Why? You forgot the 70s? Oh, here's a 4-2. Huh. Do it, please. I don't know. I'm debating it. Kathy won't, but I will. I mean, Dan finally knows who I am, sort of. Yeah.
I wonder what he found.
We'll see.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now.
Oh, yeah. And
Wonder if
thank
he's
you,
happy
Jack,
with his
for
choice, and if he's
scaring
learned
Dano
about
by
every
saying that I was
twist that's been
gone.
needed. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then
You
I'll be back.
messaged in chat
The end will
that
be
I wasn't going to be there.
very soon. I can wait.
Well, I was watching. Well, yeah, he didn't scare Dano technically, but you said that Kathy's not going to be there because. Or you said Kathy's not going to be here. She's taking a break this weekend or something like that. And it's just.
All of his
I don't
focus
know.
had gone. What could it mean?
I didn't see
Stanley
the
decided to go
point
to
in
the
it.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
It's
he
okay.
entered the door on his left.
Alright, which door are we going through? Left or right? There's a. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel bad, Jack. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, I'm sorry. Which door am I going through? Do the escape route? Fine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
Oh,
to
the
go
broom
up to his
closet is
boss's office,
boarded
hoping
up.
he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
So, how's chat doing? How are we doing?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
Thank
Stanley
goodness.
calmly walked forward into the open.
Hello, Ghostly Hornet. You're scared? Why are you scared? I'm fine. Chilling. Vibing. Good to know. You're about to be the 1,000-year door? Cool. Hope you're having fun.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word
I think of a good
it,
situation for I don't know what.
that at the end of this hall,
I'm scared because my reputation as a Dano viewer might be over.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
I know.
Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back
Who are
in his
you?
office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the
Who
narrator
say I
think
call
he was going to
someone?
accomplish?
Wait, I call someone a bit modest in chat. I don't want the person.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
If you're talking about me being a mod, then I probably won't say anything. Oh, you're a Starlit Nights. I'm aware. I'm aware. I know who you're talking about now. How do I end from here?
Stanley walked through the green door. Now then, this elevator for sure would get him right back on.
I know you're talking about the blue M&M. I knew you were talking about it the second you said that you mod for the person too. And yeah, Curvison's here too. I know, but I didn't begin the game again. Okay, there we go.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We will go get the new stuff next time. Deal? I got turned around. Need support and guidance from Kathy. Okay, what's up, Jack? I can tell you. Oh, bye, Silver. See you in a sec.
Of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office Hoping he might come into a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't know, NPC. I do not know.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
What do you need help, support, and guidance for Jack? Oh. Okay.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I feel the same way sometimes, Jack. Feeling like you say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Just like messing up accidentally. It's a very normal human experience. And feeling like you don't belong. Yeah, understandable. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? I'm doing alright.
Your boss's office, exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I have to press show all channels every time I enter Discord. I don't know.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and
Woohoo.
gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time?
Buy that read, fella.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this. Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process. All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview, of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh
Yep.
air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
I love how sarcastic the narrator is. Perdón, chat. Yo soy muy ocupado. I'm sorry, chat. I'm very busy. It's okay.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. It's the anticipation.
Yo estoy muy cansado.
You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be
Sí,
at the top of the
estoy
story.
bien.
But the suspense, the agony
Estoy
of waiting,
también.
anticipating, and having to guess, that's the
Te
real
quedaste
thrill.
cabrón.
Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious.
What are y'all saying?
Exciting.
It's
Why don't we
Spanish.
take this elevator ride nice
So,
and
perdón, chat, yo soy
smooth?
muy ocupada means,
There
I'm
we go.
sorry, chat, I am
This will
very
be so
busy.
much more exciting. You know,
Someone else
Stanley,
said,
it seems like
yo
nowadays the
estoy
only thing that
muy
audiences want
cansado
is to
means
be jumped as loudly and
I
frequently as
am very
possible.
tired.
They want
And then
big, explosive
I was
moments
saying that
flung right
I
in
am
their
tired
faces
too.
from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the
But yeah, we're
trust in the
speaking
audience
Spanish.
to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters?
Took ASL in high
Why
school.
aren't
That's
we
cool.
given time to imagine the surprises, to have
Smiley
fun,
face.
and to
What does that
anticipate,
mean?
and then to
We've been going for
marvel at
2
the
hours, so
eventual reveal? This is storytelling.
I want to
Stanley.
finish this
Whatever I
ending
am
though
doing
first.
right now, this is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you.
You're getting your permit
You're
on
the
Monday?
one who
That's
took this
awesome,
bold
Luigi.
step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly,
We must
I
get
mean
Bucky
it.
before we leave.
This is unique
Alright,
and
fine. We'll
different.
get Bucky
It's not
first.
like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we
Guess
all
who?
know it.
Says
We
the name of the
find ourselves
Naruto character.
starved
Guess
for
who?
content
I
that
don't
makes
speak
us feel
Japanese.
sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you. So that you can talk about your work and your
No,
storytelling and
Jack,
your
did you
life.
not see Dano's
Yes, I
stream where
know
he
you're not
named the
much
bucket
of the
Bucky?
public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to
Bucky
the
the
people
bucket.
who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the
Chat,
impact you will
please.
make. This is the kind of
ISTP, I don't know what that means.
tremendous impact
Well,
on
actually,
them for the
ISTP is
better.
an
Oh, by the way,
psychology personality type called introverted, observing, thinking, and he perceive. No, no, not so.
okay, the room where we're holding the press
I
conference
sort of
should
P.
be just around the corner here somewhere.
He stands for. So judging and prospecting. That's the
Yes,
right one.
here it is, just through this door. All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
I swear, ISTP means I sort of P. Well, actually, it's also the name of a personality type. I can't remember exactly what it is. You take classes about brain stuff. What's a good way to figure out if you're autistic? Some people I talk to say I have it, and I'm scared to get tested. Honestly, the only way to know is to get
Someone was
tested.
following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Only way to know for certain.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I imagine I had to pop this if we're going to cause hurricane every time hurricane. That would be hilarious if you could actually do that. I think Cryo would get a kick out of it too. So
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Your computer's dying. I'm sorry, Jack.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
But anyway, like I said, MJ, the only way to know for certain if you're autistic or not is if you take, or if you go and ask your doctor about it and get tested. Because I was convinced that I have ADHD, which, in case you didn't know, I do. I have ADHD, but the only reason I know I do is because my doctor diagnosed me.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle. Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator.
Was tested at birth for ADHD. You can't really test a baby for ADHD, actually.
It's just elevators and
You can be tested at birth for autism. Or not at birth, but like at some point, like
there's 20 hours of new content right there.
I have ADHD. Maybe my 504 says I do. And it's probably right.
Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated.
Which I knew about Dave. But things change though if I get diagnosed. People already don't like me and things are so hard I don't want to get disowned or something.
Much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
It depends. Sometimes, I mean, on the one hand, yeah, it would probably change some stuff. But at the same time,
no frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say?
I mean, the thing is that I think it would be beneficial to know. It would change, but I think that there would be more changes for the better than for the worse, in my opinion.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Oh, you gotta go. Bye, Nelly. Let's see, can I actually go over here?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh, Ghostly Hornet's leaving. Bye, Ghostly Hornet.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dog. Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I
Pretty.
want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be
I've already read the review.
end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
I read way too quickly.
Every game ever
Hello,
created.
Blastia.
It was
How are you
Skyrim,
doing?
It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of...
I've never played any
new
Persona
content.
game. I'm good, Kathy. How about you? I am doing alright. Yeah, I've read some of the insane reviews on that.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else.
Scared of what the reviews say?
New content.
Oh, the sugar-free hair, bro. Brother, it got me better, son. He stopped speedrunning the reviews. I read way too quickly. This is not new information. Like, 90% of you guys know that I am just, like, way too quick of a reader. The serious room? What's that? How do you get to the serious room? Pretty sure you don't know the song that goes, "Baby tu era mala, tu en mi cama." This is new to me. A little late to the party. Sorry.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
It took you like 25 minutes to read the Hero Association,
I don't recall this
and about the same to read, maybe a little less.
Oh, no.
It wasn't that long.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
I finally got to read Traits of God. I've been so busy with work. I finally managed to read Traits of God. I really liked it. It's my favorite so far. has 2 hours on record. You can't know.
This game to full completion.
Hero Association was amazing. Yeah. Kathy is a fast reader?
With his
No kidding,
dialogue
Curvison.
being
No
more
kidding.
irritating than entertaining.
I
Funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
For reference, I've read
to insert into the Stanley parable, but the game is already such
I've
a
read
layered web of profound
so this
philosophical
like a
insights.
couple weekends ago I disappeared off the face of the earth for a reason. And I read I think 4 books, and the only reason it was only 4 was because I underestimated how many books I would read. And so I read like 4 books within 2 days.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is
Chat, please send me Trace of God. I don't have Twitter anymore or Discord.
games, his preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not
Maybe a bit.
preachy, am I? You
Star,
wouldn't
if
say
you want to
preachy,
grab the
honestly,
Traits of
yeah.
God thing, you can go ahead and
This is
grab
actually
it.
quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much.
Grab the link! Oh no, Kathy, help. What's wrong?
Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my
Cryo
otherwise
streaming, but bucket.
record.
You can go ahead and go say hi to Cryo. I'm gonna raid him as soon as I get the bucket.
Isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Send a chat in this.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
there it is. Alright, see ya.
yes, I think we can do that.
Bye, guys.
If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe
Tell them that I say hi.
for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these.
Oh, Bianca, you don't have to. Don't worry.
Positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertip. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place? But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their... The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh, Matthias Sepulveda. Sepulveda. Apologies if I butchered your last name. Loud? It was a cool effect. The end is never the end becomes the end is never over time. Welcome back, Silver, by the way. Hello, Francis. Welcome. Welcome in. You said no, but you didn't belong in your skin. You said you alone, that you're never gonna find love again. Many little words, so many little lies that have followed you of your timeline. Looking for truth, look into your eyes and yeah, no more button. Hi, MJ.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
Wait, hang on.
What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to.
Hey, hope
He
you
will be
have a good
told
stream.
what
I can't
to
be here
do.
during it, sadly.
Now
If you're
it's
understanding a lot of
just a
time, I'm
little
taking a
bit
game and
closer.
working towards you till 2 a.m.
Now
Bye.
it's even closer.
Oh, thank you for popping in,
Here it
Pixelax. It was
comes.
nice to meet you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Watching both streams is fun.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
I want you to
Hi,
imagine
Jim.
yourself
How's the stream?
living as Jim,
Stream's going well.
sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams.
Kathy left Jim, and Jim is here.
Do you feel it deeply?
Jim is here,
Really,
Crystal.
truly Jim right now?
Mm-hmm.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Hello, lazy Neko.
Yes, you see, what a thrill, what a rush. That was you.
How are you?
The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise,
Yes, I
someone
did
will
hear
start
that,
to
Jack.
lose all sense of who you
Jim.
actually are.
Jim.
Sure, why not? Let's try. Kathy is really weird. She's always rambling on about psychology stuff. She's not that entertaining to a stream or of a streamer or someone
I suppose
to
I could
watch
allow other
stream.
people named Jim to play. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end.
She's
of
also
the
just kind of dumb.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
She's kind of dumb. She's not really good at. I mean, she's not that interesting. I don't know what you guys see in her.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken tested
Reverse
chip that got
silver.
left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement...
Bye,
is
NPC.
still
Have a good
fully
evening.
broken. I'm
See ya.
no wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
We're gonna pull something that we said to Cryo indirectly. Jim, click the lever 100 times. Sure, and let's keep roasting Kathy.
What else? What other exhibits have we
Kathy's-
seen yet?
Hello, Jack's monkey.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
She's also just, like, kind of weird. She doesn't...
Ah,
Oh, it's something we bonded over.
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
1 to 6.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right, infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Woohoo!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Nah. Welcome to the. I can't sing that.
Quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible.
Bye, NBC. See ya.
The infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain, it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
That'd be fun.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Is it a good song to have stuck in your head, Silver? He said it can be this hour. Hurry. So hurry. It looks like you're getting the whole ending. Oh, I'm really just gonna try to get the Bucky and then go to bed.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking
Oh,
forward to...
he's back!
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Ooh, there's a bucket. Remind me that you have like a musical intelligence, because I found out that I have that.
The point of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Is Melly here? I know she wanted to see us get the bucket.
A sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions.
Are we naming it Bucky, or are we gonna name it something else?
And perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
Name it Bucky.
much more convenient.
Alright, Bucky the Bucket it is.
Redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
Bucky the Buckman. The bucket.
Yes, the bucket is the perfect
Jack,
solution.
I swear, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I'm Buck Denver, man of news.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive.
Bucket's fair. He's
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
he's dead.
All this and more.
No, he's not dead. Puppets don't die.
Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award.
Hang on.
if it isn't already.
Hello? No, it's time for What's in the Bible with Ian. Oh! I just had a terrible dream. Someone's trying to take over my show. How's my hair? What's he doing here?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an
Ponies.
artistic statement right
Huh?
there. It's
Ponies! Hi.
It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Can you do an awesome Ian impression? Remind me next stream. Alright. Well, I think it's time for us to be done with this. We can continue. Reaching levels in the shouldn't be possible in Tears of the Kingdom. C.com reference real?
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah, I
Ready to
think
move
so.
on now?
Cryo raid? Yeah, we're probably gonna raid Cryo. He's the only one who seems to be streaming when I am.
So, Stanley, what do
So
you
we're just
think?
finishing this
You like
end.
all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good...
Who's
game
Cryo? I know only Cyro.
Let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
That's interesting.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but
I
they
gotta get to the
add
bathroom,
to
but there's a
it.
spider in there. I'm sorry,
I
Silver.
wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee.
Alright. So I think that's where we're going to end for tonight. It's been about an hour 45 minutes. Or 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time having you here. Let me see. Let me see how if I can redirect. Did we have fun? Hello. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to raid people on YouTube. How to raid on YouTube. Okay. I think you need like 1K subs. Trying to figure out if I can raid Cryo. Yeah, you definitely have to be monetized in order to do it. Darn. Dang it. Sorry. So instead what we're going to do is really quickly I'm going to mute the desktop audio for just a sec. Alright. I can't monetize. I don't have enough subscribers or anything. Or enough view time. I'm nowhere near having enough watch time. Gotta find Cryo's stream. Alright. Copy. Alright. Paste. Alright. I've put Cryo's stream in chat. I'm pinning it. So you guys, we're gonna do an unofficial raid of Cryo. Go ahead and tell Cryo I said hi. It's been wonderful having you guys here. Thank you guys for sticking with me for so long. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will see you. And I'll probably see you next week. Alright? Bye. Have a good evening. Bye.